Come on, mom, 22 grand. I stay dripping on fam. You losing my mind. You come in my mind. You don't like what you'll find. Getting real. I used to spark your seal. That's how I know you feel. I flood your wrist. That's Richard Mill. Ducking the ops. That's Navy SEALs. What's up, everybody? Back with another episode of Behind the Artist. Today we have Grant Sellars, rapper from VA Beach, Virginia. Everybody give a round of applause.
How you doing?
So it's been a while since we've actually had a conversation in a while. So I actually didn't even know that you were producing and stuff now. So that's pretty awesome. I always knew you had a guitar background though. I remember that, right? Am I correct in that?
Yeah, so I messed around with it a little bit, but I never actually fully got to learn guitar.
Yeah.
So I really just messed around with it. I had some friends who really were interested in that kind of stuff, and I just kind of enjoyed messing with that. But that's definitely what sparked me getting interested in music, was just friends owning guitars and enjoying that aspect of it.
Well, speaking of your experiences, like I ask every guest on the podcast, take me through your musical journey. We have a lot of time. Go in depth as much as you want.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
I want to say cool. Also, this is so cool, and I want to thank you for having me on here, because this is conceptually, this is so cool. I'm excited to do this.
No problem, man.
But yeah, I'm just
we're excited to have you on.
I first got started. It's funny because the first time I started writing stuff down, I know I was 18 because I used 18 in a lyric, and it's on my phone, and it says something 18. So I think the first time I started really getting into it was 18, but I first started actually rapping and doing any of that through freestyle rap, just having friends messing around doing it. Same kind of thing with guitar, having people doing something else that you're kind of interested in. So I heard a couple friends doing it, and we were all just hanging out one day, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this. And it was kind of an easier slow beat. So I went, and it's so weird because with music and everything, I feel when you start playing something and you really feel it, you're in the zone, and you kind of don't know where you are.
Yeah. For the last couple guests I've had, we actually talked about that little creative itch that hits you when you first start something. Funny. It's just you can't stop. Go ahead.
It's crazy. I watched this movie Soul, this Disney movie.
Yeah, I watched it too.
Being in the zone, and that's so true. But I never saw it visually, but I started freestyling that first time, and I just, as soon as it was over, I didn't even know it was over, and everybody was like, "Damn!" I'm is that what you like? And I was I've never done that before, and that's kind of what just I was this is something that I can kind of do and didn't know I could do. So
that's awesome.
I just kind of kept doing that way. I love freestyle rapping, but definitely what started it was that, for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. So when did you start getting into the professional side, releasing music and stuff like that? How'd you find yourself into that, from the freestyle scene to that?
Yeah. So, the fast forward to college, I had met Trent Smith, is Manette Smith's little brother, who raps and goes by Tiddy, Tiddy.
Yeah.
And so I had heard him do some stuff, and he had put some songs out on SoundCloud, and I was wow, that's really cool. Conceptually, I didn't know it, people were really doing that. And I had freestyled, since I said, I was 18, but I heard him doing stuff like that, and I had thought all right, I want to actually record something so I can hear myself back. Because people tell you you're good at something, if you play a sport and you tell you something, you need proof, you need competition.
Yeah, you need validation. You need
right, exactly. So so I'm all right, well, I need to hear myself back so I can think I'm not trash. And then, so my dog's right here. Hold on, Georgia, go. And go downstairs. Go. And so I needed validation for it, really, and I wanted to hear myself back. So he had been doing it, and I recorded something with him, and I didn't really know if I wanted to put it out, or if it was worth anything, or if anybody thought it was good. So I kind of just was sitting on it, And then I fell at school and messed up a bunch of my teeth. And
Yeah.
it was like just a crummy accident. And I was sitting
Yeah,
at
that
home
sucks.
in my apartment. I was sitting at home in my apartment and like missed some classes. And I'm just kind of like sitting there, like listening to music. And I was like, you know what? I should just put this out. Like, screw it. Like, I felt all
Yeah, I
down
mean,
and stuff.
you need
Yeah.
to
And I was
you
just
need to
like,
do something.
just put
Yeah.
this out. And I did. And then it got great reception from like everyone at school, which helped too, because you have a community of people who you're actually real close to, or like, oh, I'll listen to that, you know?
Yeah.
So I was real appreciative for that. But that's what definitely made me, I heard other, same sort of thing. You kind of get inspired by hearing other people do what you like to do.
Yeah.
And when they do it and like just go for it, it makes you want to, I don't know,
It
you
makes you
know?
want to do it. Yeah, it makes you want to go for it for
Yeah.
sure. I definitely can relate to that. So for those of you for those of the people that are listening and haven't heard you rap or any of your other songs, how would you describe your sound to anybody just walking down the street?
Yeah. I don't know. It's every time a lot of times people will hear me, they're like, you sound just like Mac. And there's like a small part of me that thinks like I'm a pretty average white kid. So it's like,
Yeah.
is that why people think I'm Mac, or is it because I actually sound like Mac? But I think for me, it's just more of like, I started with freestyle. So when I go on to rap size, most times we'll try to freestyle. And if it's not something that like really works out, you know, you kind of figure it out with lyrics. But I, uh, I don't know. I'd say I'm kind of just more like, I don't want to compare myself to anybody. I think I'm
I
more of
like
just
that.
like a chill, like whatever, like, you know, walking down the street, listening to it. If you're like going to work, walk in your car and you know, it's a Saturday. I'd like to be able to say that could fit all vibes, but I'd say chill
No,
mostly.
I really like that actually. I like you're the first person that I've asked that question to that hasn't compared themselves to anybody. And I think that's a good thing almost.
Yeah, thanks.
I think like it's
Yeah.
something that like sets you apart. I'm sure. I mean, I listened to the song. I can't remember what it is. It was the one that you had promoted on your music page that I had listened to, and you
Yeah,
got
probably.
yeah, I think it was that,
Yeah,
and you definitely have your own style and definitely have your own sound, which is dope. And I mean,
word, thanks.
there's not, and it's cool that you say like it's my own, it's my own, you know, like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
anybody else's. People say I sound like this person, but it's really my own.
right.
And I think that's awesome. So
It's
what?
definitely cool to be able to like draw inspiration from people, you know,
Yeah.
like I love Mac, and I love that people think I sound like him, but I don't want to be Mac, you know, I want to be myself and like try to do my
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm actually, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you know, but like I released music with No Clue, which is my band, full of
Right,
NA
yeah, of
kids,
course.
right? So
Yeah, yeah.
we were like I think at some point I was having like an identity crisis where I was like, who do I want to sound like? And then I came to a
Totally.
realization that this shit's a competition. Like rap is a competition, and you don't want to sound like anybody. You want to make your own lane. You know,
Exactly.
like
Yep.
it's not all friendly here whatever, you know, like
Right.
you want to create your own thing, while I mean obviously not trying to attack nobody, but like you
Of
want to be
course.
your own person. And I think
Yeah.
that that is important to musical creation of all types.
You gotta have inspiration and people that you look up to, but like, yeah, for sure, you gotta kind of do your own thing. And if it turns out to be something that people end up liking, then that's dope. But like, you know, the odds of people like not like us, but people just going and being something other than a musician, being like a celebrity and the entire all that comes with it, that's super far fetched. And like, you got to enjoy, I think, the fact that you're making music and you can listen to it.
I
You
agree.
know, I can get in my car and play that sounds crazy, I can play myself, but like, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Like, I can listen to my
Yeah.
song. Yeah, or like somebody else can text me or like Snapchat me or send me something of them listening to it. I'm like, that's wild. I'm on like a bunch of people's phones. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's dope for sure.
Wild.
So you said that you had, fuck, what did you say? Damn it. I had a question. I can edit this out, but damn, what was I gonna ask you? Fuck, left my
You're
mind.
good.
Anyways, on to the next thing. So throughout, like, when you, oh, that's what it was. All right. You said that college is like a community for your music, right?
Right.
How would you say like that affects you, like, in any way? Does that inspire you? What does that give you, this community that's at college? Because I've my friend Neil, who's also in another band at Tech, he said that
Mhm.
like the college experience is crazy to for bands and for musicians because of like how tight knit it is. I
Yeah.
was actually curious what your experience was with that community
So
like
yeah, I
aspect.
think it's interesting because like I'm out of school now, and I'm working. So
Yeah, yeah.
my my like drive for one, my drive to like want to do stuff was way higher when people are telling you like, left and right when you're like in that community, like, bro,
Mm,
you got to put something else out. Like when you're going to do something else, like there are people like in person asking for it, which definitely like social media is great and everything, but it's not the same as when somebody walks up to you and tells you that, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like somebody to text and be like, yo, you got to do something else. Like it's awesome that people want to reach out to you and say that, but like when you're in person and somebody daps you up and they're like, yo, that song that you did, like that's a different kind of feeling.
yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Um, so now that you're like you're into the workforce or whatever, you're an adult, I guess, because we're young still. But how has that affected your music in any way, shape, or form? Do you think that you think that it's nice to still have this music thing going on in your life? Like, I just want to hear how yeah, I guess your journey with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice because it's always been a creative outlet, and like in a
Mm-hmm.
way school with like work and just everything that comes with school. I mean, yeah, it's fun to like do what you do outside of school, but it's kind of like a job in a way. It's not a 9 to 5, but you're grinding on a lot of stuff all the time. So
Yeah.
the the trade-off is you don't have that as much when you graduate or depending on where you live. But with COVID and everything, it's a little bit harder. I'm at home right now working. So like the community here is definitely not as strong as it is in college, but like it makes you, if you really like it and you really want to do music and just enjoy like that as again like a creative outlet,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you appreciate it a little bit more,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you work a job and you come home and like if you really want to make some music after 5 o'clock and you're kind of tired from waking up early and working and stuff, like it's a little more like gratifying even if you're not putting it out anywhere.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. So away from that stuff, let's get into some more fun stuff. So
Yeah.
other than I like to play like a game or two whenever I have guests on.
Yeah, yeah.
So with your favorite genre of music, I'm gonna guess is hip hop, or is it a different one?
Oh man, it's a different one.
Okay, okay, all right. So I was going to say, other than hip hop, what are your top five genres? But since hip hop isn't your top five genre, or using number one, I guess I'll just say, what is your top five genres?
I'll go back from five. So
Okay, five
I
five to
think
one.
I think five probably is a specific type, and this sounds super general, but like the Daft Punk EDM, like the
Yeah.
late '90s, early 2000s EDM.
Oh
That's
yeah.
like,
R.I.P. Daft Punk, dude. Not like actual
yeah, I
rest in
know.
peace, but like
It's so
R.I.P.
it, it's
It
not funny,
sucks.
but it's like it's kind of funny that people like they haven't made music since I think like 2013 or something, and people are like,
Yeah.
oh no, Daft
Yeah.
Punk, but it's like
Yeah. When they haven't been active in
you couldn't go on their
forever and a
website. You
half.
couldn't even go on their website like 5 years ago and buy clothes. Like they've been so done for so long.
They really
But
have.
I love Daft Punk. I have a poster downstairs somewhere. But yeah,
That's awesome.
that kind of EDM.
Yeah.
For classic rock, like
Love it.
one of my favorite bands is The Doors. Like
Hmm.
still, um, I'd say three, and I don't know what you consider this genre, but like Phoenix and like that
Oh,
kind of like a little bit of alternative rock, but not like I love Phoenix, like that, just
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of.
Phoenix is tough. I think I would go alternative rock, but I'm not
Yeah, I
sure.
think it's alternative rock, but like the
Yeah,
Phoenix, the Shins, the AAS, like that
yeah,
kind of, yeah.
yeah, dope.
Who's hip hop?
Yep,
Yeah,
I figured it was
yep,
coming. And then
yeah.
what's
And
number
then
one?
one's Motown. Like,
Oh, that's
yeah, like
awesome.
I love Motown.
That's awesome.
Oh man, gosh, like the Supremes, like anything like that.
Yeah, that's
Any girl
awesome,
groups in
dude.
the 70s, like all girl groups in the 70s were just
You're
so
on
good.
it. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I think it's
That's
because my
great.
mom loves it, and like
Yeah,
I grew up listening to it because of her, and so I just
yeah,
yeah, something about Motown and like being able to like dance to music is
yeah,
just
yeah. So what I'm thinking, so what I'm gathering is that you just have like a lot of you have a lot of musical influences, like genres of music that just kind of come
yeah,
in that
right.
influence you. Do you think that that is incorporated in your music in any way? I mean, I know
I
you
think
make hip hop music,
yeah,
but like, do you think that that soul or that alt rock sometimes just kind of comes out when it does?
yeah. I think it's like it's fun because like everybody, whether they want to say it or not, like sings at some point to themselves, or
Yeah,
like if
yeah,
it's
of
in the
course.
shower, like in your
Yeah,
car or something. But like in the car a lot, like I'll sing like alternative rock, and I'm like in my head, I'm like, damn, I wish I could make like early 2000s like rock music, just like, but I
yeah,
can't sing like that, like, but
yeah.
yeah, for sure, it just makes you like enjoy music, like all of it,
Yeah, yeah.
like if I can listen
Sometimes
to
I
all
try
those
to
genres and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, sometimes I try to incorporate some aspects at least, whether it be in the
Yeah,
actual sound of the beat or like my voice or whatever. It's definitely something that weighs heavy.
yeah,
So I got a couple more games that we can play. It'll be this or that. Um
all right,
it's gonna be a little bit harder. It's gonna be all hip hop. It's gonna be
okay.
this person or this person. So
All
let's
right.
go with it's gonna be first Eminem, Dr. Dre. Who you got? Who
Ooh,
you want?
it's tough because I mean, obviously Eminem is like so like pivotal in rap, but
Yeah,
so is
I
Dre
agree.
in
So,
producing,
yep,
like
that's also
in
true.
making beats. I'm gonna have to go with Eminem.
I like it. I like it. So Jay-Z or Kanye?
Jay-Z.
Oh, my man. Um,
there's,
Jay-Z's my goat.
there's something about the blueprint, like when you're
Yep,
listening to it, like
yep.
I don't care who you are, like you feel hard. You're like, all right,
Yeah,
like
you definitely. I think, man, what I
like
what I used to
it's
say,
like me listening
I used to think I was born in the wrong generation, but I think
to
you were
it.
born in the wrong. I think we were both born in the wrong generation.
I
'Cause
definitely was.
I was having a conversation with somebody, and we were talking about Jay Z, and he was like, "Man, Jay Z's best album is Watch the Throne." I said, "What?" I said, "Oh, you just
No,
haven't."
no.
I said, "You haven't listened to Jay Z, then have you?" He was like, "Isn't that like one of his only albums?" I'm like, "Dude, Jay Z's like multi platinum
Also, like
album artist."
that's a good question too, because like in terms of being entrepreneurs, they've both done so much.
Oh yeah, no,
But like you
yeah,
gotta give it to Jay-Z. Like
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. I mean, he's a
he made
Billy.
the smart, like safe moves, and
Mm-hmm.
he's what is he
Yeah,
like? Probably a triple millionaire.
yeah. He's a bill. I
Yeah.
think he's like billion, two
It
billion. I
wouldn't
don't know.
surprise me if he's a billionaire. If he's
No,
married to
he's
Beyonce, then he's
billion
a
now.
billionaire.
I know for a fact
Yeah,
he himself is billion, and then add on Beyonce, and that's their net worth. Crazy.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but still respect to Kanye though, because Kanye made a lot of great
Of
business
course.
decisions
And yeah, if you
with
like listen
Adidas
to,
and all that.
I mean, the thing that like I appreciate about Kanye is he like took the stuff that like you asked inspirations from other music. Like he used harder, better, faster, or harder. I'm maybe messing it up, but anyway,
Yeah,
that's the Daft.
we all got it.
That,
Yeah,
yeah, that's Daft Punk. The Daft Punk song.
yeah, exactly. And was
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to
and it's just
incorporate
like
that as a absolute hit.
yeah, exactly. If I could have done that, of course I would have. That's sick. But
Yeah, yeah. He's
it's
definitely
still
dope.
for me.
Definitely.
It's a lyrical and like rapper. Like
Yeah,
to me, Jay-Z is just a better rapper than Kanye.
I agree. I agree. Big one. Tupac or Big?
I gotta go Biggie.
Yeah, I go Biggie too. I ain't even gonna lie.
I
I'll
love
go
I
Biggie too.
love I love Tupac, but oh man, I don't know. Just like I don't know as much Biggie as I probably should, or as much Tupac as I should. I know 90s rap, early 2000 and like the previous like Run DMC stuff, but
Yeah,
uh I like Biggie more. I mean, I just like, I don't know. They both were going through like hard stuff though when
Yeah,
they were,
yeah. No, that
you
was
know,
back when
you listen to
when
their
rap
music
was
and
like,
you're like, yeah, you
what
listen to their
the.
stuff, you're like, shoo, like,
That's back when rap was like real.
yeah.
That's when rap
Now
was
people are
real.
like rapping about like codeine, and you're like,
Yeah, no,
come
they
on,
were shipping out codeine and killing people. That's what they was doing.
yeah, yeah,
But
crazy.
Cole or Kendrick?
Mm, that's really tough. That's really, really tough.
Yeah, it's one of the tougher ones.
I don't know, honestly. I need a second. I feel like I love J. Cole, but like for what Kendrick raps about and has put out, like I have to say Kendrick.
Yeah, I mean, I also go Kendrick. Cole,
The
Cole is
messages he's
Cole
trying
is
to put out.
yeah, Cole seems like he's more of like he doesn't he seems more I don't know. I was gonna say influential, but if we're really talking like actual influence in the words that he's saying in his raps, it's definitely Kendrick. But I think that
Right.
like the style and like his chameleon like nature, like how he can hop on like any trap beat or anything like that. I think that's
That's a good way to
Cole.
put it.
Cole
Yeah.
definitely is got him in that category. But I can't get away from Kendrick, man. He's too good.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you heard Black of the Berry by
Oh, of course.
Kendrick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, like that's crazy. That song, you're like towards the end, you're like getting chills because it's
Yeah.
lyrics are
Yeah.
so
He's.
hard and he's like so passionate about it, and you're like, ooh,
Mhm. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
yeah, everything he throughout that whole album, that whole To Pimp a Butterfly album, he's just using like jazz samples, rock samples, just
no,
what
that's a crazy. And people didn't even like enjoy, like the mass public didn't even enjoy it because A, they didn't understand it, and B, like the beats are kind of like,
yeah,
you
they're
know,
crazy.
so-
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
they're like,
crazy.
yeah,
I mean, I'm glad now it gets the recognition that it should, but at the time
right,
like it was an absolute classic from day one, you know?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy. So I guess got a couple more. These are more newer school.
Mm,
Lil Uzi or Lil
okay.
Baby?
Oof. I'd have to say Uzi just because I mean everybody loves Lil Baby, but like
Yeah.
I'd have to say Uzi just because like what we were talking about earlier about doing your own lane and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'd argue he's done his own lane for sure.
Yeah, he is his own lane, I think. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think that that man ever cares or even thinks about what other people think of him.
No.
I admire that so much, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy what that guy can do. And his
His
energy on
music,
the mic.
definitely-
Yeah.
his music is so representative of what he looks like and like what he like portrays himself as. I mean, I don't know if that's like him putting on, or if that's
Mhm.
really who he is, but his music seems to be exactly the way he seems like presents
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, he's just super energetic and super like lively on a mic. It makes you just want to jump around, you know, like it makes you want to get hype. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Lil Baby either, but like I gotta I gotta
No.
give it to Uzi too.
Yeah.
One more. Do you have the Baby or Drake right now? Not full career.
Right now.
Yeah, just right now, not
Oh,
full career.
oh, people are gonna hate me, but I'm saying the baby.
Ah!
Dude, he just
You better apologize to the Drake stands. I can already hear them on you.
it's the same thing when you listen to Jay-Z like Blueprint where you're just listening to Baby. I mean, it's more up tempo,
Yeah.
but you're listening to Baby and you're like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
I feel that though. I feel that though.
You're
I
like, I
feel
could
that
kick
though.
a door, like I could be a cop and kick a door down right now,
Yeah,
or like,
that's how I feel like when I
or
listen to
like box
DMX,
somebody.
man.
Yeah, exactly. It's
When I
that
listen
kind
to
of thing.
DMX, I feel like I'm like that dude.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm
It's like, all
saying?
right, let's go. It's probably like it's like probably good for working out before sports and stuff or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you that was the last question I had. Do you have anything that you want to ask me or that you want to tell everybody? Especially like new releases or anything like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, also again, thank you for having me on. This is
Oh,
so cool.
no problem, man. No problem.
And I just want to ask, like, how, like, for this thing for the podcast you've been doing,
Yeah.
where you trying to go with it? Because it's like so cool, and I'm just like interested to see what you're trying to.
Well, it's as far as It's as far as I can take it, you know, like I can only get
Right.
but so many guests. It's as many connections as I
Right.
can make, I guess. And
Of
I'm
course.
trying to get bigger and bigger, but while also respecting like what my basis is, which is independent artists, and letting them get a chance to share themselves, because I don't feel like especially me being an independent artist, like we don't get enough time to talk to people, you
Right.
know, and this gives you the opportunity to talk to however many people watch it, and just people
Right.
that don't even know you, people that are just scrolling around on YouTube, you know, like,
Right.
and
Right.
it's a way to just present yourself, I guess. So as
And it
far as
reaches
far as
out.
my, yeah, as far as I can take it, you know,
Of
while
course.
also
Yeah.
staying true to what made it.
Right. That's so cool.
Thanks, man.
Well, yeah. For me, I just on my end, I'm trying to have I have 2 songs that I'm working on. I'm trying to finish
Awesome.
them up. It's just like a matter of like coming up with like the last few bars for the very ends of both of
Yeah.
them, you
Yeah, I
know?
feel you.
And I'm like right there, but like, yeah, it's exciting. It's one of them is more of like the baby type beat where I just kind of wanted to be like, going hard on something
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
not my usual thing. So I just and
Yeah.
it's fun to try different things. So
It's tough.
that's
Yeah.
one of them, and then just something that's kind of normal, but with like a good chorus. I'm trying to make more of a something that gets stuck in your head a little bit.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah,
so tell everybody what your past releases were so that they can go look you up right after this.
yeah. I'm trying to get on Spotify,
Yep.
but I'm on SoundCloud at Grant Sellars with a little underscore, and I got Closed Well, which is my first song that I put out, the one that I recorded with Trent Smith at Tiddy, at
Mhm.
TIDDY. Shout
Yes,
out
sir.
Tiddy. But yeah, I recorded that first one. That one's got a lot of views. That one's hype. If you want to listen, that one's the most like polished one. I got Fugazi Freestyle, which was just completely freestyle, all off the top of the head. And
Yep.
then I got Means to Be, which has got a chorus, and that one's kind of more melodic, and it's got like some just a little more heartfelt. I actually like took the time to write the lyrics really on that one. But yeah. And so yeah, these next two I don't have a name for them yet, but they'll be out. What's the date today? Today's the
23rd.
23rd. I was trying to have them out by like the 14th of March, like right before people go on spring
Awesome.
break, so that
Awesome.
people could bump it over spring break.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Well, thank
But
you,
yeah.
Grant Sellers. This was Behind the Artist, episode 9, I believe. Season 2, episode 9, I believe. That's pretty awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, appreciate you,
oh.
man. You are awesome. All right, man. Peace. Everybody give a round of applause.
Peace.
Or you can see what it means to be. Please hold my hand. I did this like a dance. Spin you round and round and round. You could look back like we just friends. I don't wanna tell you nothing that you don't know. I was getting kinda by myself, I'm solo. I got my hand out, best believe I did my best. Did the digital dash, now I'm doing